Thank you so much, Miss Chelsea, for that wonderful introduction to our Next Gen family. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening sa bawat isa. Are we all excited to begin this intensive training? So actually ako medyo magkahalo yung pakiramdam ko, Miss Chelsea, no? Excited ako na kinakabahan. Ang hirap ng first speaker kaya. So I pray and I believe na patulungan niyo ako para at least 'di ba, maging naman exciting yung simula pa lang ng ating training. But you know what, as I reflect in few years way back na nagsimula po ako sa Yusana, yung mga ganitong training ang nagpabago ng takbo ng negosyo ko. So, congratulations for really investing to this kind of training na hindi mo to mabibili kahit saan, kahit sa labas. So, thank you NextGen International for inviting me and choosing me as one of the speakers. So, I pray and simulan na natin, no? Ayan, for sure na nararamdaman niyo ka ba ko bakit this topic na binigay sa akin is very sensitive, guys. But pag naintindihan mo to, naunawaan mo to, ito ang magpapalipad ng negosyo mo. So, let us now begin our first topic. Entrepreneurship mindset or entrepreneur mindset. Okay, so currently I'm one of the Emerald Directors of Yusana Philippines and part of NextGen Core. But let me begin by sharing a little bit of my family, no? Kung sino ba ako? Sino ba si Mau Camino? Okay, so I'm happily married to Captain Arnel Camino. So that's him. That's my husband, yung naka-brown na coat. And sa gitna namin si Matt. So siya yung eldest namin. 4 years old na siya. So actually, mula baby yan. Kasama na namin sa katawan. And then, yun yung twins namin. Our lovely twins, si Denise and Don. Then, one of the benefits na talagang na e-enjoy ko doon sa mga past years of in-spend ko sa pag-business or doing Yusana business is nakita ko yung online class ni Matt, kasama ko siya, kasama niya ako, na-witness ko yung milestone ng mga anak namin, which is kung hindi ako nag-business or hindi ako nag-shift from employment to entrepreneurship, wala mang sa hindi ko to na-witness in a daily basis. Okay? And then, just to give you a little idea, no, hindi po ako magaling sa sales and marketing. Okay, I'm an IT by profession. Nag-work po ako sa isang company sa Eastwood. Baka kilala niyo yung company na yan. Yan yung una kong company na na-employed ako sa Manila. Taga-Cabanatuan ako. Meron ditong mga taga-Cabanatuan ba sa inyo? Meron ba sa inyo mga taga-Cabanatuan, taga-Nueva Ecija? So, wala talaga akong mga kakilala dito sa Manila, kundi few relatives lang, okay? And then, na-realize ko while working, yung gusto ko maabot talaga is hindi talaga uubra na nag-work lang ako at yun yung income ko per month. So, I decided na lumipat ng work. Yan, nag-QA na po ako dyan. So, sino dito yung mga may experience na nag-QA? Okay? So, okay na may work ko. Actually, grabe po yung mga kasama ko sa work, mga nag-aral po sila sa mga prestigious university. Pero ako hindi. Okay, ginalingan lang. Kaya hindi naman talaga ako yung sobrang alam mo yon. Pag sinabing yun yung title mo, nag-graduate ka ng ganito, laude-laude, napakagaling, di nagkakamali. Hindi. Diba? To tell you honestly, dinaan ko lang talaga siya sa sipag, sa tiyaga, and paulit-ulit, nagkamali, bangon ulit, okay, mali pala, gano'n. Hanggang sa tatawanan mo na lang yung mga mali mo and you learn from it. I guess yun yung tamang learning. Kaya invite ko kayong lahat ngayon, tanggalin natin takot natin na magkamali. Okay? So, I realized, para tumaas yung position ko sa corporate, kailangan kong may master's degree. So, nag-enroll po ako sa Open University, sa UP, pangarap ko talaga makatapos dyan. Pero, same year, dumating sa buhay ko si Yusana. Okay? So, si Yusana, hindi ko siya ina-expect dumating sa buhay ko. Kung hindi, isa pala siyang matagal na answered prayer na God used it for me to really reach whatever goals na meron pala ako in my heart. Pero hindi ko siya kagad naisip na siya talaga. Okay? So, realization ko? Just to give you another idea, no? Na-invite po ako sa iyo sana, not in a very, setup na in-invite ka, pinorm ka, hindi. kidnap ako. Okay? Pero ano po siya, face-to-face pa no, dinala ako sa Enterprise Tower. Sino dito yung naabutan yun? Nasa elevator ka pa lang, may na-mindset ka na pala, no? This is second highest paid building. Syempre, probinsyana, nagwawaw sa building. Wow, ang ganda naman ng building na to. Pangarap ko talaga mag-work sa Makati. Ganyan. Tapos, ang bilis ng elevator, from sa baba hanggang 24th floor, parang ilang segundo lang, nandun ka na. And pagdating sa taas, closing na. Pero dahil kasi, nanghingi ako ng favor dun sa tao nag-invite sa akin dahil nagpasama ako, may sasakyan sila, dadalaw kami sa Patay. O, di ba? Grabe, yung palang Patay, yung opportunity na dadalaw sa Patay, ang bubuhay ng pangarap ko. Di ba? So, at taga-UP po yung nagko-closing at ang talaga natatandaan ko na tinanong ko sa kanya is yung database ba niyan centralized. So, sabi niya, yes po. Actually, pag may bumili sa Singapore, sa Hong Kong, sa Canada, real-time maakit yung sales point sa'yo. Oh, interesting. Ganun lang, di ba? Kuwari, galing-galingan, di ba? Pero sa totoo lang, 3 beses akong pabalik-balik para mapresenta ng buo. Okay. So, ang realization ko, nung umpisa, hindi ko talaga gagawin yung business. Ang realizations ko, bakit ko kinarir yung Lusana? Number 1, wala akong savings. For 7 years ako nagwo-work, wala akong savings. Number 2, baon pa rin sa debt, sa credit card. Imagine 20,000 hindi ko mabayaran. Broke pa rin, laging nangungutang sa office mate. Kapag malapit na yung pecha de peligro o kaya naman magbabayaran ng bills, friend, magchat-chat ka, syempre, alam mo ba, friend, thankful ako, ganyan-ganyan, pwede ba akong miram? Yan, nagsawa na rin ako sa ganyan. So, sana kayo din magsawa na rin sa ganyang buhay, okay? So, I've seen myself na rat race cycle na siya. Sabi ko, it's about time. It's about time na may magbago. Okay? At doon na nga po, nag-birth in sa buhay ko, na gagawin ko na yung negosyo. Gagawin ko na yung Lusana. How about you? Ano mga realization mo na tinuturing mo na tong negosyo? Ano yung mga nagpaisip sa'yo na, sige na nga, yun sana na nga, gagawin ko na to, o napipilitan ka pa rin? Okay? So, let's define what is entrepreneur. Okay, it is a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on greater than normal financial risk. So meaning kasi, huwag ka na magugulat. Bakit may investment? Bakit may operating expense? Bakit may bayad yung training? It's part of it. Okay? And yung mindset, itong pinakamahalaga, guys. Ito pala yung collection of thoughts and beliefs na nagsha-shape ng thought habits. So, ibig sabihin pala, yung paraan ng pag-iisip mo, nasha-shape pala yan. Hindi kusang ikaw yan. Okay, kung paano ka mag-isip on a daily basis, nasasanay ka. Kaya yun yung nagiging mindset mo. And your thought habits affect how you think, how you feel, and what you do. Kaya importante, guys, na alagaan natin how we really entertain thoughts. And hindi po pwedeng hindi ka nag-iisip. Kaya sabi nga, di ba, an idle mind is a devil's playground. Kaya congratulations kasi kahit holiday ngayon, nandito ka. Instead, nanonood ka ng Netflix, nanonood ka ng mga movies, lahat yan, pwede mong balikan. Pero yung opportunity na maririnig mo ngayon, I'm not sure kung madidinig mo pa ng ganitong-ganito. Okay? There are 3 key mindsets. Number 1 is abundance mindset. Next is positive mindset. And growth mindset. Lahat ba yan familiar tayo? Nadidinig natin. Pero, napapractice ba natin siya? Okay? So, alin dyan yung gusto mong i-acquire? I-practice. No? Sa negosyo mo at sa buhay mo. Diba? And, nare-relate mo na ba ngayon yung decision-making mo and your mindset? Actually, magkamag-anak sila no? Magkaduktong yan, dalawa na yan. Kaya it's very important na naiintindihan natin, nauunawaan natin paano tayo nagpa-process ng thoughts. Okay? So it doesn't need you to become genius para lang ma-process yung thoughts. At yung pananaw mo in terms of income is very important. Income is the ability to make money. Ganun lang siya kasimple. Minsan kino-complicate natin And sometimes, yung mindset natin, ayaw natin pag-usapan yung income. Kaya huwag ka magtaka kung walang income kasi hindi mo siya iniisip. Hindi mo siya pinag-uusapan. So there are 2 types of income, the active and the passive. So, simple lang siya. Pag active, kailangan mo mag-render o magpalit ng oras mo or mag-exchange ng time mo, in return, nababayaran ka. Ang passive naman, ito yung mga income earned mo as a result ng previous effort na ginawa mo. Okay? So, meaning to say, hindi yun naghintay ka lang ng months as passive na. Hindi Hindi ganun yun. Kaya importante, alam natin yung mindset na gagamitin natin in terms of this or running a business. Okay? Now, to understand better what is active and passive income, let us watch this video. Maybe napanood mo na to, but I wanted to invite everyone, empty your cup, and again, watch this video as if it's your first time.
Lessons in the parable of the pipeline.
Far away, in a small village, near a beautiful valley, lived two friends, Pablo and Bruno. They were both young and dreamed of a better life for themselves. They'd often discuss their dreams about how they would become the most successful men in the village. They weren't afraid of hard work, and they searched for opportunities to help realize their goals and achieve their dreams. One day, an opportunity presented itself. The mayor of the village decided to hire two people to bring water from a spring up on the mountain, across the valley, back down to the village. They were to be paid based on the amount of water delivered to the village. Bruno and Pablo enthusiastically got to work. Every day, from morning till evening, they carried buckets to and from the spring. They worked hard, carrying water to the village. In the evening, they'd return home with their day's wages. Bruno was satisfied with his work and the money he earned. He was sure that with this work he could achieve his dreams. Bruno thought that to increase his wages he could use bigger buckets to bring more water each trip. He believed with a larger income he would soon be able to buy a cow and the house that he dreamed about. Now Pablo was not satisfied. At the end of the day, his back and hands ached, and he was exhausted. He was looking for an easier way to earn more. One day an idea occurred to Pablo. He imagined building a pipeline to deliver the water from the mountain spring to the village. With this pipeline, he could get more water to the village without carrying buckets back and forth from the spring to the village. Soon, he got very excited about his idea and began to plan. Pablo, of course, shared his idea with his friend Bruno and asked him to join with him to work on and help build the pipeline. Bruno thought the idea was crazy. All Bruno could think about was what his money could buy today and how to get it quicker. He felt that building a pipeline would slow him down and delay him in achieving his goals. Instead, Bruno got bigger buckets and went more often back and forth, fetching water. He was sure that with this method, he could make more money. Pablo decided to build the pipeline on his own. He understood that it would not be easy to build, and it would take time to complete the pipeline. Pablo knew that it could take several years to finish, but he set his mind on his goal. Every day he worked and carried water like before. But on weekends and during his spare time, he worked hard to dig in the rocky soil and build his pipeline. In the first month, there was little to show for his work. Bruno and the villagers laughed and teased him. They called him Pablo the Pipeline Man. During this time, Bruno's income doubled. He already bought a cow and a bigger house. His lifestyle changed. He now spent time after work in the bar, enjoying his hard-earned wages from delivering water. What Bruno didn't realize was that his body was starting to stoop from carrying heavy buckets every day. His face looked worn and his body tired. Soon, he began to carry less and less water due to the wear and tear on his body. Month after month, Pablo worked. Soon a year passed, and then a second year. Finally, Pablo finished his pipeline. He now used his pipeline to deliver water to the village instead of carrying buckets. Pablo was now earning more money than ever before. The water continued flowing to the village, while Pablo wasn't working. While he slept and ate, the water flowed. Pablo was happy and proud of his insight, persistence, and hard work. Now his income flowed as long as the water flowed through his pipeline. The story of Bruno and Pablo is a reflection of life. Their jobs symbolize what most people do to earn money. Bruno gets his money using buckets. He goes back and forth, carrying his buckets from the spring to the village in exchange for money. To increase his income, he either has to go more frequently to the spring or to use larger buckets. It's common in real life to increase our income by working harder. For example, working overtime or getting a second job. We also increase the size of our buckets by accepting a higher paying position, which often includes spending more time on the job. Most of us exchange time for money like Bruno. We know that every person has only 24 hours in the day and that it's not possible to use all our time to work. The most difficult time comes when we can no longer exchange time for money due to age, health, or other reasons. Then, our income stops. Now let's review what Pablo did. Very wisely, Pablo did not exchange all of his time for limited income, but he used some of his time to build a pipeline. He knew that the pipeline would bring ongoing income as long as the water flowed. An ongoing income that multiplied the time he worked each day. Pablo knew that someday, maybe because of age or health, he would no longer be able to exchange his available time for money. Pablo knew that if he could make his idea of a pipeline work, then he only has to do the hard work of building the pipeline. After the pipeline was completed, Pablo was able to monitor and maintain the flow of water to ensure that his income will continue. Pablo has shown us that to earn an income, we don't always have to directly exchange time for money. There really are better ways.
Okay. So guys, habang pinapanood nyo ba yung video, Marami bang realization? Naalala mo ba yung nagsabi sa'yo na, kasi mapo-promote ako, mag-e-extra time ako, wala na akong panahon sa'yo sana. Ayan, alam niyo na kung sino sila. O si Bruno ba yun o si Pablo? Ayan. So dito ngayon, sino ka dyan? Si Bruno ka ba o si Pablo? 'Di ba? So minsan kasi parang nai-interrupt ka dahil magyuyusana ka, sa trabaho, eto na nga siya, mapo-promote ka, feeling natin mas mabilis mo siya makukuha, tama? Pero we forget na pwede kang tumanda, magkasakit, 'di ba? And ano pang mga realization mo? So sa mga nandito sa Zoom ngayon, magkakaroon tayo ng breakout for 5 minutes. And sa mga nanonood diyan sa FB Live, pwede mong isulat yung mga realizations mo din. Sulat mo, si Pablo ka ba? Si Pablo ako, o kung gusto mo si Bruno ka. Ayan, sino ka dyan sa dalawa? Isulat mo dyan. Now, patulong na lang ako sa ating admin para sa ating 5 minutes na breakout. Okay? So, balik kayo dito mamaya after 5 minutes. And sa mga nasa nasa FB Live natin, pwede kayo mag-chat dyan, pwede nyong i-type dyan kung ano yung realization mo, na kaya pala, hindi lahat ng tao, kaya pala nare-reject ka, pinagtatawanan ka, kasi si Pablo ka. Ayan, so ready na po ba yung breakout natin? Ayan, Miss Chelsea? Okay, so thank you so much. Babalik tayo after 5 minutes.
Used to think that winning was to break the tape alone and to climb the highest mountain, reach the top on my own. But the climb is so much lighter when there's someone helping you, and there is no greater glory than to share the summit's view. The pastime of the lonely is the game of solitaire. But for life to be worth living, it always takes a pair. If you're staring in the mirror and all you see is you, it's time you look beyond yourself and see the power of two. Can you feel the power of a million voices who have all made choices to share a higher view? Can you feel the power when we join together to make the future better for me and you? Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power of two? Once in every lifetime, there's a song you want to share, a song of health and freedom with people everywhere. There's a vision of tomorrow rising up inside of you, but you gotta pass it forward to get the power of two. Can you feel the power of a million voices who have all made choices to share a higher view? Can you feel make the future better for me and you. Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power of two? Oh, feel the power. We've only just begun to feel the power of just one plus one. Can you feel the power of a million voices who've all made choices to share a higher view? Can you feel the power when we join together to make the future better for me and you? Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power of two? Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power of two? Yeah. Can you feel it? There comes a time in every life, for every man and every wife, for every father and every mother, every sister, every brother, for all the uncles, aunts and cousins, and all the children by the dozens. There comes a time for one and all when we hear an inner call to make the world a little better by the things we do together. 'Cause we've got good news for all generations, good reason for celebrations, a goal of health and freedom everywhere. 'Cause we've got no time for hesitations, we're far beyond our expectations. You saw for all generations.
Okay, are we back? Okay, ang sarap ba ng usapan nyo? Pwede ba nating i-flood yung chat box dyan? Express nyo kung ano yung napag-usapan nyo dyan kasi we have limited time, no? Para pag-usapan lahat dyan. I hope lahat tayo, no? So, sino ka na ngayon? Si Pablo ka ba o si Bruno? Dapat naiintindihan natin ngayon pa lang yan, okay? So, kapag ka marami kang associate na nagsasabi na wala siyang time, alam mo na, Bruno yon, okay? alam mo na ngayon ang sagot. Okay, so since natapos na yung 5 minutes natin sa ating mga naka-tune in sa FB Live, okay, alam naman natin pag active income si Bruno yon. And darating yung pagkakataon na maghahanap ka talaga ng part-time, parang kulang yung kinikita mo, and hindi ka satisfied, no? So feeling mo, expert ka na sa field mo, so maghahanap ka na ngayon ng other job or you will seek promotion or pagsasabayin mo siya. Mag-overtime ko, whatever it is, magiging consultant ka ba o magdadagdag ka na ibang profession. Still, kapag kailangan mo mag-render ng time in exchange for money, active income siya. Okay, but right now, pwede naman kasing pagsabayin while nag-active income ka, lilipat ka sa ginagawa ni Pablo. Si Pablo kasi, habang nag-carry siya ng bucket, di ba? Puma-part-time siya sa gabi. Meaning to say, hindi niya na sinasagad lahat ng oras niya sa trabaho. Okay? Are you with me? Are you following, guys? Dapat, alam mo kung hanggang saan ka lang talaga mag-work sa work mo, and then, yung the rest is, magbibuild ka ng pipeline mo. In building a pipeline, di ba, mag-start ka dapat ng vision. Nakikita mo dapat na, sisimulan ko tong Yasana business, and hindi ito overnight. Pero nakikita ko, time will come, kahit itigil ko na yung trabaho ko ngayon, tuloy-tuloy yung magiging income ko. Okay? Kailangan kasi may clarity of purpose, bakit mo siya gagawin. Okay? And ready ka talaga mag-hard work kasi sabay siya eh. Bruno ka sa umaga, Pablo ka sa gabi, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, kailangan talaga pagsabayin mo siya. Kung active income ka sa work mo, pero kailangan mag-build ka ng pipeline. Ganun yung ginawa ni Pablo, di ba? And dapat expect mo na may mga tatawa sa'yo, pagtatawanan ka talaga, i-reject ka talaga. Pero later on, guys, magla-lighten yung workload mo. Ang gagawin mo na lang is yung i-improve mo na lang yung papaano yung sistema ng negosyo mo kapag nakapag-build ka na ng pipeline. 'Di ba? At hindi forever na i-exchange mo yung oras mo sa pagtatrabaho. Yun siya, kung bakit nandito tayo ngayong hapong ito. Okay? And we need to understand yung buhay ni Pablo, ganito din, di ba? The life of an entrepreneur. Nung nag-join ka, you're so excited! Yes! Makukuha ko na yung pangarap ko. Tapos sinabi ng mentor mo, kunin natin PPPS mo ha. Yes, kukunin ko yan. Pero 1 month na wala pa nagpe-pay in, wala kang ma-invite. Sabi niya, ang hirap pala nito. Grabe, ang hirap. Tapos nung nakapagpa-pay in ka ulit, working! It's working! Tapos nung na-reject ka ulit, wow, I messed up. And the cycle goes on. So it's a roller coaster. Pero tingnan mo naman, hindi siya flat. Na dun lang ikaw umiikot, pataas siya. 'Di ba? So, right now ngayon guys, maybe nagsisimula ka pa lang, bago ka pa lang at di mo naiintindihan yung roller coaster ng emotion mo like ngayon. Hindi ko maintindihan roller coaster ng emotion ko ngayon. Grabe, sabi ko nga, whenever I discuss this topic, talagang parang minsan nabubulol talaga ako kasi parang gusto ko daming sabihin. Alam mo yon, for the past years pala, ito lang pala yung kailangan natin. 'Di ba? Nung nag-hit ka ng PPPS, ayan po ako nung nag-hit ako ng PPS. Alam niyo po ba, sinabi ko kay Coach Don Sanin at saka kay Coach May noong time na yon, si Mentor May, achiever pa lang siya noon. Sabi ko, may hit kay PPPS ko, punta tayo ng Kabanatuan, magpe-present tayo doon, yung mga classmate ko doon, pe-presentan natin doon. Nag-rent po kami ng function room at ang lakas ng loob ko, gusto ko pang dalhin doon si Mentor Clark, Mentor Mel. Grabe, ganun ako, baliw. Sabi ko sa mga ka-teammates ko, grabe. Alam mo, after ng health and freedom, yung mga magpipiin sa hapon, i-NDO natin kaagad. Pero guess what, guys? Ilan yung dumating? Umulan. 3 ang dumating. Ilan na nag-pay in? Wala po. Walang nag-pay in. So, ano nangyari? Binayaran namin yan, inabonohan namin yan, at lahat naman yan, may kapalit na pagkain. So, kumain na lang kami. Kinain na lang namin siya. Pero you know what? That experience, yun talaga yung nagpalalim sa akin dito sa business na to. So, dahil doon, sabi ko, hindi po pwedeng walang mangyari. Talagang buhos mo na talaga. Sabi ko, Pablo tayo. Dire-diretso lang hanggang sa ayan, kumita ng 25,000, dire-diretso nag-director. Nag-director ako part-time November. So, sa buong taon ng part-time ako ng 2011, kumita ako ng 207,000. Part-time. Pwede na ba yon? Pwede na, di ba? Pero you know what? Sabi nga, roller coaster of emotion. Akala ko, dire-diretso na. Ganun ka din ba? Nung na-hit mo yung rank mo, akala ko, dire-diretso na. Lalaki na yung organization ko. Ano nangyayari dito? Nung nag-full-time ako, kailangan ko ulit mag-bus, balik ako sa basic. Kailangan ko humabol sa LRT. At mabigat yung bag ko. Minsan, dala-dala ko po yung Yosana bag. May 500 points. Tumatakbo ko, sasakay ako ng bus. Wala pa po ako ng kotse. So, nung time na iniisip ko, grabe, okay lang to. I'm building my pipeline. Matatraffic ka, hahabulin mo yung guest mo. Minsan, bumababa ako sa kalagitnaan ng Ayala para habulin and take note, naka-wedge po ako. So, syempre, sa mga na-meet na po ako in person, di ba, may katangkaran po ako, di ba? So, kailangan ko mag-wedge para yung may guess ako matangkad, hindi naman ako nanliliit. Okay? So, kailangan talaga, may willingness tayo na mag-start all over again, no excuses. Kasi it's either pain of discipline or pain of regret. Okay? So, kailangan talaga natin yan maintindihan as entrepreneur. Okay, ayan, ma-attend ako ng mga convention na wala man lang akong budget. And you know what? Lahat ng yan, bunga ng hassle. Hindi mo po pwedeng, alam mo yon, i-shortcut yung proseso. Kailangan mo maintindihan na lahat yan, gadaanan mo. You cannot be shortchanged, guys. So, this afternoon, you have to understand na lahat ng proseso, dapat mahalin mo yan. Okay? So, maybe right now, nandito ka sa training na ito and the feeling mo, sana masagot na yung mga tanong ko. Well, I pray na makuha mo yung sagot ng tanong mo sa mga topics na darating pa kasi 80% dito is attitude. How you understand and how your thoughts run, 20% skills. So paano ba mag-isip ang isang entrepreneur? Dapat Agila mindset tayo, guys. Ang Agila, it symbolizes strength and growth. Ang Agila kasi, guys, iba-iba siya mag-isip. And kapag Agila ka mag-isip, yung commitment mo sa goal mo, hindi po pwedeng hindi. And you know, na lahat ng storm na darating sa buhay mo, ma-conquer mo siya. So, paano ba mag-isip ang Agila? Una, eagles have vision. Ang mga eagles, malayo pala, nakikita na nila. Klaro sa kanila kung ano itatahakin nila. Alam nila kung ano kukunin nila. 20,000 or 200,000 per month. 1 million per month or 1 million per year. Kailangan klaro sa iyo yan. At kailangan din, nakita mo na walang iba, kundi yung sana opportunity. Kasi pag iba pang business ang nilagay mo dyan, o sinimulan mo, Jollibee, barbershop, magkano yung kapital? O kailan ka makakaipon ng ganyang halaga para makapagsimula ng pipeline mo? Okay, in Usana, you can start building your pipelines through users, retailer, business builder. Okay, and time will come, yung mga products mo rin, hindi lang sa Philippines, all across the world, no? Dahil online na tayo. Time will come, yung mga products mo, galing Utah office, galing saan man yan, dumadalo siya na parang tubig. Sinong gusto ng ganon? Ganon yung ginagawa natin ngayon. And I pray, no, na mag-visualize mo to. Importante yung nakikita mo, hanggang saan nakikita mo. Kasi yung nakikita mo, yun yung kikitain mo dito. So sa roadmap ng next gen, nandyan nakalatag na yung mga kitaan. Kaya lang, nakikita mo ba siya? Nakikitain mo siya. Kasi pag hindi mo nakita, nakikitain mo siya, guys, I'm telling you, hindi mo siya gagawa ng paraan. At mas marami kang excuses over that time. So binigyan ko yung sarili ko ng 3 years minimum, 3 years maximum para mag-goal director ako. Okay? So ayan. And then nangyari siya. Okay? So, without vision, people perish, guys. So, eagles fly at high altitude. So, do not go with people na narrow-minded. Victim mindset na nga eh. Huwag mo na siyang samahan. Kung puro problema lang, puro dahilan, iwasan mo siya. Ang isang eagle, dapat nakikinig siya sa kapwa eagle, lumilipad siya na mataas para makita, makaabol niya o maabot niya yung mga goals. So, sabi ng mentor ko, ito yung tatahakin mo, Mau, dire-diretso lang at ito yung naging milestone. So, kailangan yung perspective mo dito, perspective ng isang eagle. Eagles fly with eagles. So bago pa lang ako, lagi ako nagpapapicture sa mga top income earner. Huwag mong bilangin ilan na nalagas, ilan na lang sila. Ang bilangin mo yung mga taong lumilipad at ano yung benefits, no? Ano yung buhay nila ngayon. You have to choose your community. Hindi po pwede na, tawag dito, manatili kang mababa. Eagles are tenacious, no? So they love storms. They love storms. They maximize the storms, no? And you know what, eagles, ang ginagawa nila talaga is lumilipad ng pagkataas-taas. So, dumaan din ako sa pressing on ng buhay ko before ako naging goal director. Guys, sabi nga sa amin, agila ka, agila ka. Laging nila yung mindset sa amin. So, right now, guys, agila ka. At kahit ano pang rank ang aabutin mo, guys, dadaan ka talaga sa hard moment. Ito yung dinaanan namin sa Twins. No, grabe talaga yung dinaanan namin na yan. Pero dahil I know that God is with me, even in the dark valleys of my life, I believe that God will carry us through. No, nabayaran yan because of this opportunity. So dapat embrace natin pressure, embrace natin challenges. Kasi dyan tayo gagaling sa pagsosolve ng problema. Dyan nabibuild yung character natin. Dyan nade-develop tayo. And you know what? During our run ng Emerald Director, yan yung huling test ni Don, no, ng hearing test kasi 2 times po siya nag-fail sa hearing test. Pero God gave us both. So let us learn to love storms, no? Number 5, eagles are fearless. Ayan, walang takot, walang pakialam attitude. Kailangan ganun tayo eh. Sometimes kasi binibilang natin ilan yung nag-reject, ilan yung nag-no, ilan yung nag-stay. Minsan hindi mo naisipin kung sasalampa ka ba sa training. Huwag mo nang isipin ilan yung nalagas. Ang importante dito, lumipad ka. Lipad lang ng lipad. Walang bilangan ng sacrifice. Walang bilangan kung sino yung maraming ginagawa. Ang importante, naiintindihan mo kung bakit mo kailangan lumipad. Kasi kailangan mo ipakita sa grupo mo yung consistency mo. At kailangan nilang makita na lahat ng yan magbubunga basta hindi ka tumigil. Okay? And lagi mong tatandaan, eagles nurture their eaglets. Kung paano lumipad. Alam niyo po ba yung mother eagle, kapag time na nilang lumipad ang mga eaglet nila, talaga itong tulak nila palabas. At kapag ayaw lumipad, bubuhatin nila pabalik sa nest at talagang i-stretch nila para hindi na talaga sila magpabebe. Ang true leaders nag-strive to make individuals grow to their full ability. Hindi po pwedeng manatili ka na eaglet, di ba? Kailangan talaga maintindihan mo na may time na kailangan mo na lumipad. And eagles make big decision, no? I pray na ma-play ko pa tong video but I don't have much time. But you know what, ang eagle, when they reach the age of 40, hanggang 70 years sila pwedeng mabuhay. When they reach the age of 40, guys, they have to go through and decide a painful process. Kapag hindi sila nag-decide to undergo the process, they will die. It's either they will die or they will undergo the process. When they undergo the process, they will fly high to the mountains. And ano po niya, babasagin niya yung beak niya. Ipaplak niya, iuntog niya yung beak niya sa hard rock until maputol siya at hintayin niya ulit, tumubo ulit yon. And then next, yung mga talons niya, tatanggalin niya isa-isa yan. Gaano kasakit yon? And then last, tatanggalin niya mga heavy feathers. Kasi hindi na po kayang claws niya na mag-capture ng prey. Kaya kailangan niya mag-decide. And this will take 150 days. And after 150 days, the rebirth of eagle will fly high into the sky. Ganon din tayo. Kailangan natin tanggalin yung mga unpleasant memories, negative mindset, fixed mindset. Kailangan mo lumipad, guys. Kailangan mo pukpukin yung sarili mo at take advantage of the presence now. Decide what mountains you will climb in the next 150 days because you are an eagle. Diba? So, PPS ba yan? Gold directorship, whatever it is, no? For the next 150 days, you have to embrace the process. So, kapag hindi ka nag-decide to jump, okay, if hindi ka nag-decide dyan, guys, it's either you will quit or you will fly high. Ito yung naghihintay sa'yo kapag lumipad ka. Okay, I hope mas ma-absorb mo pa siya ngayon. Okay, ang pinaka-exciting dito is yung leadership bonus. Leadership bonus, marami na pong nakakakuha niyan. And last but not the least, guys, I hope, guys, tonight, this afternoon, this morning, kung saan ka mang panig ng mundo, isigaw mo, sabay-sabay nating isigaw, Agila ako! Agila ako! I have vision! I fly high altitude. I am surrounded by eagles. I fly consistently with my big Y. I remain focused. I am fearless. I train my eaglet to fly like real eagles. I love sperms. I make big decisions.